right, welcome to Good News Friday. Mike Simon is here. I'm Joy Yarber. Welcome in, everybody, and happy Friday. And thanks so much for allowing Simon Solutions to serve you with your very important work. And Mike, disasters, we've experienced them through the years here in our part of the country, Northwest Alabama. But we had quite the wind damage and storm that came through here a few weekends ago. And wow, it really did a lot of devastation here in our area, which really got me thinking about the capabilities of CharityTracker in a time of disaster, in a time where you're challenged as a community, coming together, rallying, being able to provide support, relief there in certain areas of your community. You just can't beat CharityTracker to accomplish that. And just this how the solution was born in the first place, necessity being the mother of invention back in 2006 after Hurricane Katrina. Moving forward, though, I think that there's so many testimonials as to the success of CharityTracker, especially in a time of crisis. Whether it's any kind of natural disaster that's always ongoing, doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's all kinds of natural disasters, but the tornado that came through here in our local area, Florence, Alabama, just reminded me of why it is that it's so important to have something like CharityTracker in place. Should a catastrophe, should a disaster happen to you in your community, you're better prepared moving forward from a disaster relief perspective to provide the help that's needed in an exponential way. I mean, Mike, let's face it, one of the biggest challenges that you have after a storm is getting everyone on the same page at the same time. CharityTracker accomplishes that. The bulletins feature alone, just being able to rally everyone and focus everyone's attention and specific relief on a particular area that's hard hit. And it really gets you to thinking, especially when you see something like what we saw here in our area. CharityTracker is the best solution to be able to work from a disaster preparedness.
I remember when the lady from the Salvation Army here, when we first created CharityTracker, she told us, she says, it's great for disaster relief. It's great because now you know who's got what and where the resources is. And if you do it all in real time, so everybody can be on the same page in interactive communication and information sharing. That makes it great. And if you're just a part of disaster recovery, then it's great for that. But if you're a part of the disaster long-term recovery, then they can follow through with assessments and all that to help create a streamlined approach to disaster recovery and response. It's a wonderful tool.
Mike, long after the news crews leave, and their focus is on the story that is there, the long-term post-recovery continues. And it's going to take a long time to get all the trees out of the various houses and yards within our community, because the wind was fierce and it blew down a lot of trees, a lot of damage. And, our friends over in Mississippi, so many impacted by the tornadoes that came through. And in that time, when you're really trying to focus the attention on the relief from an emergency crisis scenario, which is right now, but then months from now, the ongoing recovery that's going on. Many families displaced, they don't have a home. A home was destroyed completely, or it's unlivable, and these kinds of recoveries take a long time. Outcomes, assessments, being able to focus from an agency that's working in that component with someone from that long-term recovery. This is where CharityTracker shines, not just during the emergency when you're really trying to get everyone's focus on a particular area, but through the process of transformation, getting someone back into that place of sustainability. That's where we're really able to focus our attention from our solution. Our features really do help you in accomplishing that long-term relief, and that's so important. Mike, there's a lot of people that are going to be going through this challenge for many months to come, possibly years. But with CharityTracker, from your community's perspective and working together from the emergency situation, but long after that particular issue, long after you get that solved, working to get everyone back where they were and where they belong. That's where CharityTracker is so important to have. A lot of people say, well, why would I want this right now? Because, I don't have a disaster. And therein lies a lot of the challenge that we have getting this going, with the community. There's nothing going on right now. But I think James Whitford, perfect example there in Joplin of he had a network of churches that was utilizing CharityTracker when the tornado came through back several years ago. They were prepared, Mike. They were prepared with the churches that they had. You could see the network starting to grow. They were adding other agencies in there. So from a preparedness perspective, hey man, they were equipped. They were ready to go as they were working together and getting all these other agencies as partners and working from that component. But that's really the great success story there. A partnership was already in place. They already had a little network there. And as the tornado came through, they were Johnny on the spot, man. They were working from agency to agency, sharing information and rallying the entire community there in Joplin to work together to get the relief that was needed. And I think Joplin is one of our great success stories of how the CharityTracker can shine. But you got to be prepared. Got to have that network in place at first.
Well, it makes you so that you are prepared.
Yes,
so you're ready for the next time. And you can't ever say there'll never be a next time. Because we said it, about the next time. We've been hit with tornadoes many times.
Yeah.
Many times. And, but it also makes it perfect to make the best use of your local resources. It makes you use them in more powerful and productive ways. So you know that who's getting what, where it's going, and you know that everybody can get their needs met. And you do it all in real time. That's the beauty of CharityTracker.
Maximizing your resources and putting everyone on the same page at the same time. That's the testimonial from a disaster perspective that we hear. Hey, speaking of James Whitford, we've had some great conversations with Amanda from True Charity. We were talking about James, and Mike and I, we had the honor of hearing James speak back in Huntsville in October. And it's just amazing the work that is going on there with True Charity. And we've had some great conversations up in Michigan as they're looking to launch a few networks up there, and True Charity leading the way and bringing CharityTracker in to work from a solution perspective of being able to keep track of all the information and data. We are honored that we are being considered there as a part of the solution with True Charity. And James has developed an incredible process there, and Amanda, just always great to visit with them. And this awesome opportunity that we have in Michigan, working with some very community focused agencies. We had some great conversations, and we're looking for more conversations in April here from the communities up there in Michigan that are utilizing True Charity, and CharityTracker is the solution to work with them in that. Exciting times, Mike. We see challenges all the time here in our local community. We saw the challenge of the tornado back a few days ago. But when you focus in on solutions and working from that perspective, there's always going to be challenges. But when you bring in a solution to work like CharityTracker, there's always great hope for the community, building back, making it as well as it possibly can be in a time of challenge. And that's what CharityTracker, and that's what our solution does. Every day, day in. Disasters are not working from the community perspective to transform lives. From all of us here at Simon Solutions, thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your life and your hard work. We appreciate you. Have a great weekend, everybody.